Well, I was 19 at the time, young and naive, and it was my partner asked me to go a run with him down to London. And when I got there, I started to realise it wasn't just a run. There was an argument. I bought a bottle of Beck's and I said to the barman, don't open the lid. Went outside and put the bottle right through the windscreen. I was like, because I want to go home. And when we arrived back in Glasgow, that's when I seen what was in the back of the van.
What was in the back of the van?
Drugs.
A lot of drugs?
A lot of different drugs, not just one drug. One of the girls that was in, she was in for, she was a prostitute. And she was sleeping with her client, and he took a heart attack and died. So what she did, rather than phone an ambulance or the police, she rolled him up in the rug and took his money, robbed him. So she was in doing a life sentence.
The legend herself, Big Olly, welcome to the show.
Good to be back.
It's great to see you. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you very much.
As always. As I said, a great honour to have you back on the show. A massive episode. I got to do your first ever interview. This will be your second. Thank you for giving it to me.
It's a pleasure.
So there was loads in the first show that we spoke about, but there was stuff that we never really got into. Mm-hmm. Now you're here, you're willing to go deep into your whole life story, reveal more, because you're a strong woman. Mm-hmm. And as I said, look at you, you're coming here looking fabulous, ready to speak about all this crazy stuff in your life. It was a very popular episode due to the chaotic lifestyle you led mm-hmm. previously, especially the crime stuff. Mm-hmm. So we spoke a lot about your shoplifting days and the chaos that ensued with that. Mm-hmm. But you also got mixed up with some serious people. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just shoplifting. You ended up mixed up with a drug run down south. Can you talk us through that?
Well, I was 19 at the time, young and naive, very naive. And it was my partner who's passed away. So asked me to go a run with him down to London. And when I got there, I started to realise it wasn't just a run. I've seen some strange people, and as we were, I was like obviously put to the side. I didn't know what was going on at the time. They were doing all the talk and things like that, and then I've come back up the road in the van. We stopped off at Liverpool. They went in to see a few people, and I followed in because they were taking so long. There was an argument. I bought a bottle of Beck's and I said to the barman, don't open the lid. Went outside and put the bottle right through the windscreen. I was like, because I want to get home. I went, if I'm not getting home, you're not getting home. But when I entered the place, it was like, see like the picture halls. So they had like the wee bits at the top, the wee, what do you call them again? The curtains where you sit up high to watch. I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, they were up there standing there with their guns.
Right.
And so...
Just in Liverpool?
This is in Liverpool. So eventually got the windscreen fixed to get somebody to come fix the windscreen. And when we arrived back in Glasgow, that's when I seen what was in the back of the van.
What was in the back of the van?
Drugs.
A lot of drugs?
A lot of different drugs, not just one drug.
So, see, when you found this out, what happened then? Because I know there's another crazy part of that story. I'm sure you're travelling back up the road.
Aye, travelling back up the road. The lassie, her boyfriend ends up batting her. She goes and gets a train, and I end up getting battered as well. So I'm travelling up the road with a black eye. So it was crazy.
What happened with the van? Because you stopped at the services.
That was when she ended up getting... That's when she ended up getting like punched, right. And she left. And
with the van situation, did you smash the windscreen or something like that?
That was in Liverpool.
Oh, that was then before?
I went out, I went in, asked for a bottle of Beck's unopened, and went out and smashed the window.
It's not like you, Laura.
No.
You would never do anything like that now.
No. Yeah, I think even the guys that were in there were like, who the hell is she?
But you're only young as well.
Aye, I'm only 19.
Get off of that one because it could have went the other way.
Yeah.
And you're mixed up with that.
Mm-hmm.
So staying away for the types of people.
Yeah.
But like I said, you were only 19 at the time. And we'll dive into a few of your other stories because there's loads there.
Aye.
Especially, there's ones that stand out for me is when you were committing the crimes abroad,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because when you look at you, butter wouldn't melt, right? That's how I feel now when I meet you. But looking back at the lifestyle, because people I spoke to, they say to me, oh, the big Olly episode, she's so cool. I mean, she doesn't care. She just says it how it is.
Aye.
And that's what I admire about you, because you just tell the truth. So take me into the scams abroad then. There's one that stands out. It's a hotel scam.
Aye, so what we would do is we were all going abroad. Other people would give their passports so that we could use in the hotels and things like that. And obviously, we go into a hotel and check in and they would take a passport. So I'd got to there, get ready, come down for dinner as normal. And one night, they had the table all spread out. It was like a big feast. And the next minute, these waiters came with the big top hats, the big tall top hats. And they all started singing happy birthday to me. There was bottles of champagne, there was gatos, the table was full, and I'm like, it's not my birthday. But obviously they were just ordering up as much, and then in the morning, the bill was like probably a few £1,000. There was about sixes there, and we would just leave the passport and walk out the door with our suitcases and move on to the next place.
That's madness. And you would do this at several hotels.
Aye.
So you would stay in the hotel, you would scam that.
At every hotel, it was a different person's birthday. So that night it was my birthday, and next night it'd be somebody else's birthday.
This is what I mean. These stories are mad. So when you're doing it, how many hotels? So you were committing the scams, like robbing the tills, and then scamming the hotels to stay there as well. Living a life of luxury.
It wasn't just the tills, it was jewellery shops, diamond bracelets, watches, things like that.
So you were doing them as well?
Aye.
What was the plan for doing the jewellers then? How did it work?
I would obviously go in and like take them away, make it like I was buying something while they would be opening up the glass cases.
So you were like the decoy type.
Or else they would bend down and take the tray for behind the drawer.
That's madness. Abroad. And you were so lucky because you never ever got the jail abroad.
No.
That was a lucky
I was that
strike.
young, I didn't even have any fear either. See, when I look back, I'm like, I could never do a sentence abroad.
Not
Never.
now anyway.
No.
Moving into more stories. I think this one's more back home. We'll get into the shoplifting stories because that, like I said, I know they're serious, but they're comical as well.
Yeah.
Take me into the one, I'm sure it's in Edinburgh. What happened?
We used to go to Edinburgh, and every time we went to a certain place, after we'd done what we had today, we'd go for something to eat. So again, there would be about 5 years, and we'd order up all this food, and every restaurant we went, somebody would take a turn to be left the last person leaving. So this time, one of the girls, which was a wee bit overweight, she was a smoker, she was the last person to leave. We're already back at the car, and we're like, what's keeping her? For God's sake, she's taking ages. And we seen her, where we were in this restaurant, there was a hill, so she had to run up the hill. She didn't need it, but she started getting chased, so she ran up the hill, ran round the corner, we seen her coming round the corner, we started up the car, and the guy was like behind her. So we started driving, and we opened the door, and she literally threw herself in the motor, legs dangling out while we were driving.
You just got away?
We got away. Had posters and everything up us in all different restaurants, wanted.
And all the other shops.
Aye.
like I said, on our previous clips, we had people commenting, I used to work in retail, and I remember her photo being up on the wall and the name and all that. So it was well known.
Well, I still bump into people, they're like, I remember you used to come into the shop and they're like, I can't believe, I mean, you used to take reels, it wasn't just a couple, and they're like, we used to watch them and you still managed to get the stuff out the door without us catching you.
It's mad because it seems very lenient now with the shoplifting.
Aye, yep.
You see people just shoplifting, especially in the city centre now, and I don't know if they're advised not to approach them or now, because back in the day it used to be they would grab them.
Aye.
Now they're just left to.
Yeah. Well, I got my security badge. Don't know how. But
no chance.
And I was working in retail. But
you're kidding me on.
I would never.
You kept that quiet.
I would never actually, like, I would turn the cameras away if I seen somebody. I would never approach anybody or jail them. And if I did, like I was told one time, Laura, heading towards the door, I went up to the guy, walked towards him, and I went like, did out the stuff without even moving my lips. I was like a ventriloquist. I was like, about turn and drop the stuff and that, and I'm like, and he went like, cheers, and I about turned and went back, put the stuff down.
So there you go.
That was my good deed.
That was a good deed.
Aye.
I'm surprised he wasn't working for you.
Listen, there was a few times I said to people, right, come in at this time.
Don't start me. Oh, do you honestly?
This aisle and that aisle's got a, what do you call that? Where you can't see, a blind spot.
Oh, the blind spots were important.
Yeah.
Yes. But you'll know all about that.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't all comical, because with that type of lifestyle, you also serve time in prison.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a pretty sight, because it was a prison down south.
Mm-hmm.
We previously spoke briefly about it. I know you were 7 months pregnant when you were incarcerated.
Yeah.
And you were put in with some notorious women. Can you give me stories of what type of people were there and what they were in for?
One of the girls that was in, she was in for, she was a prostitute, and she was sleeping with her client, and he took a heart attack and died. So what she did, rather than phone an ambulance or the police, she rolled him up in a rug and took his money, robbed him. So she was in doing a life sentence. There was another one that the benefit office, she tried to get a loan, some sort of a loan, and they didn't give her it, so she set it on fire. So she got life as well. Obviously, where the building was situated, it was a housing scheme as well, so she endangered people's lives.
This is what I mean. So you're meeting these people, but people only look at the crimes that are committed. They don't understand the background of some people. There's women getting sentenced to life sentences and stuff like that, but maybe it could have been avoided if the right things are put in place to help people. And especially when you said the word prostitute, the public and law enforcement, or whoever you want to call it, government, they get treated differently. I don't care what MD says, it's disgusting, because if there was a murder and it was a young businesswoman, it would be dealt with differently than if it was a prostitute that was murdered, because they feel that they're putting themselves in danger. So then, I'm not saying they deserve it, but they've made themselves vulnerable to these predators. But everyone should be treated the same. This is the thing. And it's disgusting. Why do women go into these things in the first place? Mostly it's through abuse. Abuse leading to addiction, which then leads to that, because they can't afford to pay for it. So there's loads and loads of things behind why people are in prison. But you got to experience it firsthand. Is there anything, was that the only time you served time in prison?
Aye, and that was we were told to expect 5 years, and that was for shoplifting. Because it's different, the charges down there, as I said on the last time I was in. So I got done for shoplifting. They put it down as burglary, robbery, what do you call that, when you're organised crime. There was like 5 different charges.
So it's not
just for a shoplifting. And that's when I decided, look, I'm calling it quits. I'm not doing this.
Especially being pregnant,
Aye.
and you're looking around, you're seeing these other people's lives, a chaos, prison,
Yeah.
and that's the turning point.
The thing
Then
I didn't like was like my freedom being took away from me as well. It wasn't really that bad, because although they were in for their crimes, they were just like me. They weren't, you could see that they weren't bad people. It's obviously the position they've been put in.
or whatever's happened,
Aye.
and then they need to do a life sentence. It's crazy. So that was the turning point then.
Aye.
So when you get released for there, you started to change.
Come back up the road, paid my tax bills, everything.
I don't believe you. You never paid your tax bills right away, Laura. Who are you kidding here? It's not the Joe King show.
I know.
Come on. Nah, but you did start, I was going to say, start becoming a pillar of the community.
Yes.
How long did it take you to totally disconnect from like that criminal background and those people?
I'll never disconnect from it.
You're always connected.
Aye. Aye, there's always a part of me inside that wants to...
Is it the buzz of it, the rush?
Um,
Because I always want to know. And I couldn't steal anything now.
aye, it is, because I could see myself standing with money in a shop, and I'm like, I could get that for nothing. Plus get a kick out of it as well.
It's that, so you get a rush.
And I've been doing it for I was about 13.
Did you ever get
That's all I know.
caught red-handed in the stores? Like grabbed?
Aye, I get rugby tackled.
Did you?
Rugby tackled.
Big guy?
Aye.
And did they hold you until the police came?
Aye. Doing the flare.
That's crazy.
That was a wee back then, they could do that. Rugby tackled me as if I was a 15-stone male.
And held you down there? That never stopped you?
No.
But it's good there, as you said, you only speak your truth.
Aye.
You get a buzz off it. That's what kept it going for so long.
Yep.
It's the fact, as you said, you know you can get that and you don't need to pay for it. But you reap what you sow in life.
Exactly.
So we need to remember that karma can come back and get us.
Well, I
But
think I've had my karma. I've had enough karma in my life.
this is what we're about to talk about now, because sorry, having a laugh and talking about all the crime stories, but you did have a hard time in your life.
Yeah.
There was loads of different relationships. I'm not meaning loads, Laura, you know what I mean. But there was relationships there, but the worst one, and I'm grateful that you've come on, because before, when we had the meeting, you've opened right up and you're willing to speak about the traumatic times that you did suffer
Yeah.
at the hands of a partner. They always come with smiles and it's always fun to start with. But it was a really bad domestic abuse that you suffered mentally, physically, emotionally, all of these things, put down. And if you are comfortable to speak about some of this stuff, then we could start by, because was it toxic right away? How
Aye, it was toxic right away.
How long did it take?
Full on. First week.
Right.
The first week took me away abroad, and when I was there, strangled me, beat me up, and come back and proposed to me. I was only with him for about a week.
Are you loved up with this guy at this point and you don't really know?
No loved up with him at all. I didn't even like him.
Is it just he's got the control over you then?
Yeah.
And it's like you're staying scared. So he starts controlling everything you're doing.
Everything, for eating, dressing, who I could talk to, wasn't allowed to see my family. My kids weren't allowed to sit beside me on a couch. The list goes on.
That's so sad. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse, because I know you were in hospital.
Aye.
Was that something that had happened?
I'd split up with him and I took no well. The hospital didn't know what was going on with me, so I was in for 5 weeks. I was heavily medicated with tablets, morphine. Didn't even know that people were coming up to visit me. And he had caught with me being in there, came up, was visiting me, taking me out for lunch, what the hospital thought he was taking me out for lunch, and he was taking me home and sleeping with me. Now, that's something that I've never spoke about until now.
So harrowing, because if you're intoxicated, if you're drugged up for the morphine and the pain, then you can't consent.
No.
There's no consensual.
No.
So he knows it's planned, it's premeditated. He knows he's going to be taking you out of that hospital, taking you around the house. Did you know it was happening, or did you like start to think?
Well, I used to, when I used to go back, I used to think, like, was that a dream? Because like I would phone people would come up to see me, and I'm like, you were up yesterday, and they're like, my daughter's like, Mum, we weren't up yesterday, we were up the day before. And I used to phone people up, and I didn't know that I was talking to them at all hours in the night. But it was the nurses that came to me one day, and they said to me, like, your partner. And I'm like, my partner? And they're like, your partner's been coming up and he's been telling you, like, if you don't, they knew. They went, you've been telling us, but you obviously can't remember. So he was saying to me in the hospital, if you don't eat this, don't eat that, you're losing too much weight. They're obviously threatening me, right? And I would be crying, and they would then come in and they asked them to leave, and they said, if you come back, we're getting the police. But the damage had already been done. He'd already been taken out previously before that. And then I took really no well. I took a urine infection. I was in a gallbladder ward, and the nurse said to me, I don't know why this was lying here, but it was a pregnancy test. They went, took the urine sample for me and tested me. They went, is there any chance you can be pregnant? I said no, because I was single before I came in. I'd been away from him for a couple of months. And she came back and said to me, you're pregnant? And I was like, what? She went, you're pregnant? And I was like, well, if I'm pregnant, I went, stop every bit of medication, obviously, because I was panicking for the baby. And walked down the stair, and I phoned him. I said, I'm pregnant. And he's like, well, it's no mine. And I'm like, whose is it then? Because I've been in hospital for 5 weeks. That was his words.
It's so sad, isn't it? And how long were you with him for?
3 years.
So see, when you came out of the hospital?
3 years on and off.
Take me into the wedding then.
So...
Wait there, sorry. Because we spoke about it yesterday. There's a title here.
Aye.
That's going to align with your future book. It's going to be coming out.
9 days later.
9 days later.
Yeah.
Such a great title. I'm looking forward to seeing this book. You'll need to come back again and we'll talk about it. So take me into the 9 days later. What's the meaning?
Obviously, for me falling pregnant, me having another kid, I've got 4 kids. And I was thinking to myself, I can't have another kid without having a father. So I'm going to try, even though my life was hell. So James was 3 months old and we get married. On my wedding day, he was sleeping with one of the kids that he trains in his boxing, mother, up the stair in the hotel. Goes back home after the party, he beats me up. Next morning, I couldn't get out the house. Locked me in, beat me up again. Left in the morning with the baby. And that was, no, come back again, right, with the baby. And he's like, I'll never date again. And 9 days later, after getting married, I left.
9 days later?
Mm-hmm. That's
the title?
Yeah.
9 days later. Powerful. Look at you now, you're a strong woman now. Mm-hmm. That would never happen to you now. No. I was going to say it'd be the opposite way about, but you've got a heart of gold, so you would never do that to anyone. No, but good on you. And that's when you started to repair yourself. But stuff like that takes years and years and years because you're put down so much. Aye. You lose track of who you are. So how long did it take for you to build your confidence back?
5 years. 5 years I stayed single for.
And did that affect everything, your whole life, like to rebuild yourself?
My trust in men again was totally out the window. I was quite happy just living myself.
And how do you feel now?
I'm in a good place now.
Well, you look like you're in a good place, right? There was also something that you done recently. You went to Turkey and you got an operation. What type of operation did you get?
It was a deep plane facelift.
Right. And how did it go?
Aye, brilliant.
Can you speak me through where they approached you, obviously?
Well, I went to them years ago and got surgery, and they approached me again and said that if I wanted to do content, and they would do the procedure for nothing. So I just paid for my hospital fees and that was it.
So how long were you over there for?
9 days.
9 days.
9 days again.
9 days later. Something about this 9 days here. When you went over, what was it like, the whole experience? Was it what you expected? Were you happy?
Aye, I was happy. I was happy with the results as well.
So what was the full work in? What is a facelift? How did
they actually like cut right down the sides, they lift your face up. I don't know where it is actually the day, but this for a facelift you can get just a normal facelift or a deep plane facelift. Mine was a deep plane facelift. And my friend, she went over with me and she got the mummy makeover as well, which I'm going to go back in September and get. I'm going to get a tummy tuck, a back lift, breast uplift and breast implants.
That's what I'm going for. Why are you copying me all the time? Laura, I'll not be the only one that says this, right? You don't mind me calling you Laura, do you?
No.
You don't need any more surgery. Please stop doing it, right? Because I'm not want to be sitting here next year talking to Michael Jackson.
I know.
You don't need any more. You're fabulous the way you are.
I think it's when you reach a certain age. I'm going to be 52 in the 3rd of July, so
52. We'll tap
and I
into,
just feel as if my life's just starting again.
well, it is. But we'll get into this later on, right? But you're 52.
Yeah.
And are you recently in a relationship or anything like that?
I've just recently, well, I was speaking to somebody for 11 months and we've recently met.
Oh, how nice. Are you going to tell us the age?
He's
this guy?
32.
Well, you like your toy boys, don't you? I'm too old for you anyway, Laura.
I've never had a toy boy before.
Have you not?
It's a first for everything.
And what's his name? Has he got a nickname?
I call him Mr. Essex.
Mr. Essex, that's enough for me. I can picture him now as he got big beautiful teeth.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
so but we'll get into that later on, right?
A wee bit like Joey Essex.
Is he?
Nicer.
Nicer than Joey?
Aye.
Impossible. But anyway, we'll talk about that later, right? But shout out to Mr. Essex.
Yeah.
And I hope you treat her well because I have a very unique gangster connection. Had to watch what I was saying there. You know, so you treat Big Ollie well and you're good in my books. That's all I'll say. So shout out to Mr. Essex. But moving on in the story, right? In fact, we'll continue on with the story about the surgery because I remember seeing your videos.
Aye.
And they are quite, because it's scary, because it's a full operation.
Yeah.
And and you're all stitched or stapled. And you were making videos, doing lives and stuff like that and talking.
Yeah.
Can you talk me through that? Like, was it really painful?
No, it's not sore at all.
Is it not?
No. Don't feel a thing.
So
Just feel tightness. But they did get, I got I think it's called a hemoglobin. It was a blood clot. So they had to rush me back down the next day and operate on me again. Because it's quite dangerous.
it could be dangerous.
Aye. But that was, they said that was causing my strokes and the high blood pressure.
How long did it take you to recover?
I was fine, like 5-6 days later.
You're a true warrior, aren't you? No more surgery, please.
Oh no.
Right.
No in my face anyway.
You don't need it. You're 52. That's incredible. I'm not kidding on, right? You know I always exaggerate things, but I'm not exaggerating this. I swear you look about 40.
Ah,
Oh, you do? It's crazy.
I'll take that all day long.
I was going to say 38, but I'd be lying. Definitely 40. You don't look 52, so good on you. No, you come across well. Like I said, a very strong woman. But moving on in the story now, I know you recently were down south.
My legs are going numb.
Are they?
I've got to do a Shan Stone moment.
Oh, there'll be none of that in here. It's not that type of interview. You were recently down south for the TikTok Big Brother auditions. Can you talk me through that?
Well, I've been picked. I'm the second one to go into the Big Brother
So
house.
you've been picked, you're getting in?
I've been picked. So I'm doing there supporting Scotland.
It's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's is it a live show?
There's going to be a link on my bio to go in and watch it.
How long are you meant to be in the house for?
A week.
A week? A full week, and then people start getting voted out?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
see, to be honest,
I'm not bothering if I get voted out or not.
I don't think you will get voted out. I think you'll win it.
I think I'm going to be too much for them.
I think you'll win it. I need to come along and watch that. How do I not get an invite?
I know.
You need to be a big star to go in the Big Brother house. Are you the only Scottish person?
So far, it looks as if I'm going to be the only one.
How many? When is it starting?
August.
So pretty soon then.
Mm-hmm.
August of what, do you know?
No, they've not gave the date yet.
What's the house like? Have you seen the house?
Lovely. Stunning. Swimming pool, gym, everything.
Is it?
Aye.
Did they tell you what was going to be involved? Like, is it going to be a bit crazy into
Aye,
it?
it's going to be crazy.
Because I could just imagine if you put all the mad, crazy eggs in that one basket,
Yeah.
and they're all glamorous, they're a bit crazy, there's alcohol,
Aye.
we know what happens after that. But I'll be tuning in. Only because you're on it. But, so did they tell you right away, or how did the audition go? What happened?
They weren't going to tell us right away, and then they got me back into the office that night, and they were like, "You're definitely in." So
It's
I've
brilliant.
done something right.
So you excited about it?
Aye. And the fact that my partner's like 10 minutes along the road, so if I get through, I'll just jump along to his house.
I'll be in there with him, watching it, having dinner with him, me and Mr. Essex. So I need to keep an eye on him now.
I'll get the best of both worlds.
That's it. But it's mad. So take me into that then. We'll not name his name, right? We'll just call him Mr. Essex, because everybody deserves to be happy. And as you said, you've had so many things happen to you in your life. Highs, lows, good relationships, bad relationships, but you've learned for everyone.
Aye.
And you have beautiful children. You're a beautiful mum, so it's all good. You can only take good from that. As I say, you sit here strong as ever. But how did you meet Mr. Essex then? Take me into it. Don't say an ID parade, because I'm kind of... Was it?
We contacted each other on the phone, and we've been speaking on WhatsApp since actually last July. And we've had our wee thoughts. We hadn't even met, and we'd been falling out like a married couple.
Well, keys are meant to be then. And that was the first time you'd met him?
That was the first time. We'd arranged, I'll come down. He was saying I'll come up, and then never ever, by the time we would go into that, we were always having like a wee argument. And I'd fell out with him a week and a half before I went down to Essex. And as I was on the way down there, a wee text came through, and I was like, try and guess where am I? We started talking again, and then he said, but where are you? And I went, I'm in Colchester now. That's what I went, 15 minutes along the road for me. He's like, are you staying there the night? And I went, well, supposed to be. He went, do you want me to come pick you up? I went, do you want to come pick me up? And he went, do you want me to come pick you up? I went, pick me up.
That was it. The rest is history. I don't want to know what happened after that. Right, so we'll not talk about that.
Well, he's got a couple of places that he stays, but he's got a caravan, and
oh my God, he's a gangster and a gypsy. We'll just get a nice businessman or something, Laura.
That old saying, don't come a knocking when the caravan's rocking.
Are you renting that out by any chance? But listen, as long as you are getting on, you have a good time. And so I take it he's a nice guy, other than that.
Oh, he's lovely. I'm getting back down there on Sunday.
Oh, are you?
Aye.
Oh, good on you.
And then he's coming up here.
Well, if we're allowed to flash his photo up on the screen, if we're allowed, then I'll put it on. But you need to get Mr. Essex blessing for that one. But again, moving on into other stories, we all know that you're a massive TikTok star, right? And you've had some controversial things with other TikTokers. There was something there. What happened between you and Doug Heed? Because everybody wants to know.
Aye.
How did it start?
I done an impersonation there. It was a good one, I think, personally. It was funny, and she liked it. And then she came back. Obviously, the trolls had got into her head, and she came back. She was on a live one night, pissed, as usual, and she called me a tranny, which means transgender. Again, I've got nothing against transgender people, but I did think, like, that's below the belt. I've not done anything wrong to you. And for their own, we've had tit for tat. Bearing in mind she's half the size of me, I've offered her a charity boxing match. She refused. I've offered her to come on a podcast and be nice to her. She's refused. So, I personally, I thought, do you know what, we could be friends, but see now, she'll be my enemy for the rest of my life. Don't like her.
Well, you always speak your truth. I've only spoke to Dougie online. So like I said, I always just treat people how I find them. Like, I have nothing against her either. No, I think
like
she's...
me, that's the way I'm at.
That's the way you are. But if you're having a conflict and people, this is what can happen. And then it can get blown out of proportion.
Aye.
And that's exactly what happened there as well. But it's good for you to, because you're just speaking, you're telling the truth and how it all escalated like that. But it can become a bit of a TikTok war.
Aye.
And you know, the trolls on TikTok, they exaggerate everything. And they always want people at war.
Yeah.
Don't they?
But that's what gives them their content, because they've not got anything.
So
They've got to use other people for content.
They piggyback onto everybody and use theirs and slag everybody.
Yeah.
But I always say to people, because they ask me, they say, what about the trolls, what they're saying and all that? And I say, no, that's brilliant, because you need them. As horrible as it sounds in some of the stuff they write, but they build the channels.
Well, you've got your that other site. It's called, what are they called again? They put me up. I called them the Kit Kat Crew. The owner of it's getting sued. Tattle Life.
Right.
So they've got me up constant. Some of it's true. Probably 5% of it's true. 95% of it's bullshit.
That's always usually the case anyway. So, we went through all that. Speak me through what life is like in the present time then. Like right now. I know you're all, because you've always got the kids.
Aye.
And your wee boy's stuck to you like glue.
Yeah.
So I know you're a doting mum. For you to keep up like that lifestyle, plus be a TikToker, and then you're doing the Big Brother, it's difficult.
Aye, it's hard.
In general.
It's hard.
Can you speak me through that, what it's like, just life in general?
Well, my wee boy, he doesn't sleep. He stays up for like 2 and 3 nights. He's wanting to be by my side 24/7. So I'm taking him down to Essex with me, and hopefully in time I'll be moving down there. If all goes well, I'll be leaving Scotland.
You're joking?
No.
Mr. Essex is not coming back on. He's not coming on at all, I mean. No. He's not taking you away for the show. Or else that's it. The party's well and truly over. Nah, I'm only kidding, but it's good to have that. Because we always need to know. I always felt lost in my life when I was in addiction and stuff, because I could never see where I was going. I was just trying to block everything. And then it just, as I say, it gets worse and worse and worse. But it's good to hear, before you leave us and you disappear down south, have you got any other plans, different things that you're getting involved in up here?
I want to try and, if I can reach out to somebody, I want to do a book, if there's anybody out there that can guide me in how to do that. I want to write a book.
Well, you're talking to the right person here, Laura, because I help all of these nutters with their books. We have many writers, we have many publishers.
Good.
People that can design covers, and there's loads of stuff there. But it really, it all goes on the story you've got.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty.
There's plenty in there, right? And I would love nothing more, actually, than for you to bring out your book and then for you to come back and have the book sitting and we go through the story again.
Yeah.
Because you bring this great presence, right? You sit there all professional, looking all fabulous and beautiful, but you've got that kind of bad girl thing going on. And it's good because I know you're a good person.
You can take the bird out the scheme, but you can't take the scheme out the bird.
That's it. But I know you've got a good heart because, like I said, we're friends now.
Yeah.
And we do these great shows and we just sit and have this, and you always put me at ease People think it's easy for me.
Aye.
I get nervous, but you just nice and easy, and you make me feel at ease. But speak me through before you disappear down south, right, and go and do the Big Brother and all that. What other stuff are you getting involved in? Because I know you're going to be doing advertisement stuff for businesses and stuff like that, because your profile's so big.
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting to do. A lot of people are coming forward and asking me if I can promote their business and things like that. So anybody wanting their business promoted, give me a wee shout as well. Get me on the Big Olly Ching Ching page, TikTok.
That's it. And then you offer the Big Olly code as well.
Yeah.
And that gives them a discount. And I always say, because I do the advertising stuff as well.
I know, and that's what made me, I was like, he's brilliant at that.
Oh, thank you. Do you know, I'm learning and I'm learning.
But you make it so easy.
But it's part of the business. It's part of growing, like with a show. Because you always look to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. But you only ever find out through experience.
Yeah.
So there's been loads of things that haven't worked. But I don't dwell on it. I learn from it, so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
They say you learn more from your losses than you do your wins.
Aye.
Because it's hard. It's like, say I do an episode and I don't get out at what I wanted. I'm wounded.
Aye.
Because it means a lot to me. So I get really wounded by it. But like I said, it's so good just to sit and have a one-to-one, right? But I don't normally do this. I'm going to flip it now, right?
Right.
I'm going to flip it round, and I would like you to ask me questions now. Randomly, off the cuff. Take it nice and easy, Laura. So you can ask me anything you like.
Are you, get your eye on anybody, are you?
Yes, I have, but she's spoken for now. I'm only kidding. Have I got my eye on anyone? Well, it's very...
Because you're looking sharp.
Oh, look at this.
Since the last time I seen you. Very sharp.
Is that right?
Aye.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. What you like, stop it. Actually, it's difficult, right? Because when me and Kelly Marie split up,
Right.
she's a mother of my children, it's difficult because I don't deal with things. I'm just dealing with that now.
Aye.
It's like 4 or 5 years ago, and I still feel like it was yesterday.
Aye.
So I think men do that, right? I'm avoiding the question, but I'll get there. So it's been difficult, but I've been on a healing journey. I've been on this healing path, and I've met some people on the way, but there was never anything really special there.
Aye.
Maybe met people, but recently I did meet somebody, and but like I said, because of this type of work, it's hard to put yourself out there on social media and say, oh, this is my new boyfriend. Oh, it's a guy I've met, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding on. People think that as well. You know, it's hard to say, oh, this is my new girlfriend, and because you want to keep things private.
Exactly.
Being in the public eye with these types of shows, you'll know it's difficult, right?
People
But
try. People don't like to see people happy, and they try and ruin it for you.
so this is it, right? So you asked me the question, right? And I have met someone, but it's nice and slow and easy, because I don't like diving right into a relationship and being stuck together, because you learn through experience.
Yeah.
It can become toxic, or it can be no good for you, and you start losing track of where you're going.
Yeah.
But we'll call her Mrs. A.
Mrs. Hay.
Or Miss A. Mrs. A. Mrs. A's better.
Missy.
Miss A.
Missy.
We'll call her Miss A, right? No Mrs. She's not married or nothing like that. People think, nah, I mean, husband's chapping the door. So, here I go with my so again.
I know.
So.
Mine says M.
Well, you should come to the Bad Gurus Toastmasters.
Yep, definitely.
I'll tell you about that in a second, right? So, yeah, we've met and we just do nice stuff, like go out nature walks and stuff like that. And I know it sounds crazy. Just have fun, switch off for the social media, or this being a showman and stuff like that, and just get a laughter. And what I find is, I used to be attracted to more how women looked,
Aye.
right? Lust.
Yeah.
But with this journey, with growth and experience, of course, everybody wants to have people looking good.
Yes.
It's good on the eye. It's good to you. You want that physical attraction. It's important.
Aye.
Right, of course. But it's not the most important thing.
Aye.
So what I find now is, and Missy is beautiful, by the way. I'm not saying she isn't.
Aye.
But what's more important to me is having a beautiful soul. And she's got that. And I can feel it.
Yeah.
You know, so there you go. You've opened me right up. So I'm going, there I'm saying so on them. Saturday night we're going for like a wee stroll and stuff like that. But it's more a friendship than having freedom.
I think you've got to, like, that's why I've been talking to him for nearly 12 months, right? And we can laugh and just have a carry on over the phone. I didn't see myself actually just going and meeting somebody. I need to get to know them first. And you've got to have a friendship first, I think.
And it was a lonely path when you're in healing and recovery, because when you're changing, the people that you used to associate with, you can't associate with them anymore because they're not changing. But when you are, but you just don't fit anymore.
Aye.
And that's what happened. And that was kind of heartbreaking because I used to know, well, I still know loads of people, but I used to have loads of friends, right, if you want to call it that. But when I changed, I never had any friends.
Aye.
And it was the bad guru says to me once, he says, when you change or you tell the truth, it won't get you a lot of friends, but it will get you the right friends.
Real ones.
The real ones.
The real ones.
And that's what's happened. But it was a hard process.
Sometimes when you're healing as well, you need to be, the majority of the time, yourself to heal. Because if you're surrounded with people that want to help you as well, you could be doing things that they're telling you to do. You need to do it for yourself. And that's why I spent 4 years there all alone to see what I actually wanted to do.
Now look at you. A global superstar. Big Olly representing Scotland in the TikTok Big Brother house.
I've applied for the other one on the telly.
Have you?
So I'll keep my fingers and legs crossed for the now.
Did you need to do an audition video for the Big Brother one?
I've just to do my video. Just to do my video and that's it. Done and dusted.
Is there anything else you would like to ask me? There's loads of questions there. You can ask me anything.
How did you lose all that weight? That's what I want to know.
You're honestly buttering me up today, aren't you? I know that's why I brought you in here, just to feed my ego. I think it's stress. Stress of you coming on the show. I lost 3 stone. How did I lose all that weight? That wasn't a lot of weight. At my heaviest, you mean from my heaviest?
Aye.
Well,
No, for when I last seen you, it was only 8 months ago, and you have drastically. I was saying to people yesterday, I was like, oh my God. But you can't get any skinnier, because us women like men, you get any skinnier, you look about 16.
Right, thanks.
Oh,
you asked me a question and then you slaughtered me. I'm going to the gym again. Right, I'm bulking up again. So I'm doing the weights. I'm on the 12s. It was
Should
mad.
have told me and I'd have came and trained you for nothing.
I know, but maybe we'll get a gym session.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we'll do a video. But so to answer your question, it was never planned. It was changes that I'd made them through people I'd met. So when I met the bad guru, for example, he was putting me onto the 12 choices for life.
Right.
And it's all about bettering yourself, changing the way that your mind is, changing your breathing, changing everything basically. So when you make a change, as he says, you can only get a different result.
Aye.
So I made all these wee changes. I've not totally fully embodied the full Bad Guru programme, but I'm getting there with it. The most important thing on that programme for me is to love yourself and the breathing exercise, which is breathing into your stomach. But see, when I started using these practices and techniques, that's when I started losing all the weight.
Because there's a wee old guy in the gym that does all that, and it just with his breathing, he spends about an hour doing all different breathings, and he says fit as a fiddle.
It's amazing what it does for you. So you only need to look at the Bad Guru because he's embodied it. It's his programme. But if you can install that into your life, it really will change it forever.
I was doing a wee bit of heavy breathing last week, but that was a bit off.
And how did that come about? Did you feel good after it?
I was fucked.
Been heavy breathing today. For goodness gracious. Is there any other questions you'd like to ask me? 'Cause this is great. Nobody ever asks me questions. You can ask me anything you like.
What age are you?
In fact, we'll skip by that. I'm only kidding. What age do you think am I?
I would say in your 40s.
Thanks. That was all the eckies for back in the day. I'm actually 39. But
What age is your girlfriend?
my friend,
Oh, your friend?
she's just turned 18. I'm only kidding. She might get this right. She's 37. I'm actually going to, I might reveal her, or I might just ditch her.
When?
Well, actually, I'm promoting a big celebrity ball that I was telling you about.
Right.
So,
Which I might be going to.
yes. Well, you no might be. You're invited. Right, but I can't take you as my +1.
No.
Because you've got Mr. Essex now, and I have the wonderful Miss A as my +1.
The one and only.
The one and only. So I'm going to the ball, and what was the question? You asked me.
I asked you what age she was.
Oh, aye, she's 37, and that's it. So she's coming to the celebrity ball, the Jason Donovan ball.
Yeah.
Shout out to that. That's on the 20th September.
Right.
And I'll keep you a couple of tickets by if you still want to come.
Aye.
Because all the celebrities are coming. And I feel like
I'm going to get another new dress.
Oh, you're not going to come with that one, are you?
No.
You may as well. No, you and Mr. Essex walking down the red carpet.
Aye.
Next to Mr. King and Miss A. No saying her name yet. But any more questions before I ask you the final one? Fire them my way. Keep coming.
Um,
I'm not in my 40s, I'm 39. Just for your last one.
No, I was going to ask you, maybe you were saying you're going to do something else with me. You were going to, no the podcast, you were going to do something else that was more in depth.
Yes. So we've no obviously agreed on it yet, but it's still in the development stage. These are great, doing the shows in here, of course they are. But it's good to mix it up. So I was thinking along the lines of like a different type of episode, documentary type.
Yeah.
You know, but we'll need to have a few meetings
Aye.
and collaborate on, because you've got such a massive following, such a big profile. Like I say, you come with a great presence, but I think you'll do really well with advertising stuff. I can show you some of the stuff that's worked for me and what's not worked,
Right.
and then you just make it uniquely your own, because like I say, you'll do really well at it.
Aye.
You just be yourself. You just be Big Ollie.
Yeah.
So that's it. But is that all the questions done now, Laura? Are you getting else to ask me?
No.
You happy?
Happy. More than happy.
Right, but I won't be getting any more skinnier, right? I'll try and bulk up.
No, don't.
More steaks and chicken, vegetables.
Us women like something to hold on to.
Right, but you won't be holding on to anything. Nothing to do with me, right, anymore. I know, I used to be quite bulky.
Aye.
That was all the pints and all the pizzas.
I like the dad bod.
Do you?
Aye. I don't like all that big muscles and that. I don't mind being big and muscly, but I'll not begin back to that. I'm just going to...
You like your dad bods.
I like the dad
But
bods.
Mr. Essex doesn't sound like he's got a dad bod.
No, he's just perfect.
I need to meet this guy. But enough of all this carry on, right? Because you're looking fabulous. And like I said, you come across so well. And it's been an absolute honour having you on the show, as always.
Pleasure coming.
You're always welcome back on the Jim King Show. Anytime you like, because like I said, we've got this bond, this friendship, and we have a laugh, and I enjoy that.
Yeah.
This is a great bit of work today. This really makes me feel great.
Aye.
Being able to sit here and speak with you, because like I said, and you bring a smile. That's it. But before we finish up on this episode, if there's another message you could send out to the audience or your fans watching, now is the time.
Always putting me on a spot.
Take your time.
I don't think I would be here the day if it wasn't for my followers supporting me and standing by me, because there has been a lot of stuff said about me bad that isn't true. And the guys have all supported me since I started my TikTok. That's what, 4 years now. So I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't know who I am. I would just be plain old Laura McGovern, the shoplifter.
And look at you now. Amazing. Thank you so much. Your great message. Like I said, it's always a great honour sharing the studio with you. I wish you well on the Big Brother house and your new relationship. And as I said previous, have you back anytime. So thank you very much for coming on the show, and I wish you well for the rest of your time.
Thanks, Jim.
Shake my hand. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you soon, right?
Okay.
Thank you.